What does it take to push past the boundaries of what seems possible? Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, 30,000 feet above the ground, no parachute, no safety net, just the sheer force of human will. This is not fiction. This is the story of humanity's relentless drive to conquer the impossible, to defy the limits imposed by nature, physics, and even our own minds. From the depths of the ocean to the vast expanse of space, we've dared to venture where no one thought we could. But why? What compels us to risk everything, to stare into the abyss and leap? It's not just survival. It's something deeper, something primal, a hunger to prove that we can transcend our limitations. Picture Felix Baumgartner, hurtling toward Earth at supersonic speed, breaking the sound barrier with nothing but a suit and a dream. Or consider the Apollo astronauts, stepping onto the moon, a place once thought unreachable by mortal feet. These moments are not accidents. They are the culmination of centuries of curiosity, courage, and an unyielding belief that the impossible is just a challenge waiting to be overcome. What drives us to climb higher, dive deeper, and reach farther? Is it the thrill of discovery, the pursuit of glory, or the simple need to prove that we can? The answers lie in the stories of those who dared to dream beyond the limits. This is not just a tale of achievement. It's a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, a force that refuses to be contained, a force that says, why not? What is it that drives us as a species to stare into the face of impossibility and say, not today? From the earliest humans who dared to harness fire, to the pioneers who reached for the stars, humanity's story is written in the ink of audacity. It's a tale of relentless ambition, of pushing boundaries that once seemed unbreakable. But why? What compels us to climb higher, dive deeper, and venture farther, even when the odds are stacked against us? The answer lies in something primal, something intrinsic to who we are, a refusal to accept limits as final. It's not just survival, it's evolution. It's the spark that ignites when we see a challenge and decide to meet it head-on. This is the core of our existence, the drive to conquer the impossible. Think about it, what would our world look like if we had simply accepted no as the answer? If we had stopped at the edge of the horizon, content with what we knew? We wouldn't have cities that scrape the sky or machines that think faster than we can. We wouldn't have unlocked the secrets of the atom or mapped the human genome. Every breakthrough, every leap forward, began with someone who refused to settle. This isn't just about science or technology, it's about the human spirit. It's about the climber who scales Everest, the athlete who shatters records, the artist who redefines what's possible. It's about the collective will of a species that refuses to be confined by the boundaries of the known. And it's not just the big moments that define us, it's the small, everyday acts of courage and determination. The parent who works tirelessly to build a better future for their child. The student who stays up late, chasing a dream that seems just out of reach. The inventor who fails 100 times but keeps going. These are the threads that weave the tapestry of human progress. So, as we embark on this journey to explore humanity's drive to conquer the impossible, let's ask ourselves, what's our Everest? What's the mountain we're willing to climb, no matter how steep the path? Because in the end, it's not about the summit, it's about the climb. It's about the relentless pursuit of something greater, something beyond what we thought possible. This is our story. This is who we are. What drives humanity to leap into the unknown, to challenge the very limits of what is possible? History is littered with moments where individuals and societies dared to dream bigger, to reach further. The Renaissance, a period of explosive creativity, saw minds like Leonardo da Vinci sketching flying machines centuries before the Wright brothers took to the skies. Was it genius? Was it madness? Or was it an unquenchable thirst to transcend the ordinary? The Renaissance wasn't just about art, it was a revolution of thought, a seismic shift in how humanity perceived its potential. This was the spark that ignited centuries of innovation. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution, where steam engines and factories reshaped the world. Cities grew, industries flourished, and the impossible became routine. But at what cost? The relentless pursuit of progress demanded sacrifice, yet it also laid the foundation for modern civilization. Could we have reached the moon without the Industrial Revolution? Could we have harnessed electricity, built skyscrapers, or connected the world without those early pioneers? The 20th century brought its own audacious leaps. The Wright brothers' first flight in 1903 lasted mere seconds, but it shattered the notion that humans were bound to the Earth. By 1969, humanity had planted its feet on the moon. What changed in those 66 years? A relentless drive, a refusal to accept no as an answer. The Apollo program wasn't just about science, it was a testament to human ambition. And then there's the digital revolution, a transformation so profound it reshaped every aspect of life. From the first computers to the internet, humanity has woven a web of connectivity that spans the globe. Yet, every leap forward raises new questions. Are we pushing boundaries for progress, or are we chasing a mirage? History doesn't just tell us where we've been, it points to where we might go. The past is a mirror, reflecting humanity's insatiable hunger to conquer the impossible. What will the next chapter hold? What does it take to turn the impossible into reality? The answer lies in the relentless pursuit of innovation and the transformative power of technology. Throughout history, humanity has faced barriers that seemed insurmountable: mountains too high, oceans too vast, diseases too deadly. Yet, time and time again, we've found ways to break through these barriers. How? By harnessing ingenuity and pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Innovation isn't just about creating new tools, it's about rewriting the rules of what we can achieve. Imagine the Wright brothers gazing at the sky, dreaming of flight. Their invention didn't just defy gravity, it defied skepticism, fear, and the limits of human imagination. Decades later, we're not just flying, we're soaring through space, exploring distant planets, and glimpsing the edges of the universe. Technology has become the bridge between the impossible and the inevitable. But here's the question: what drives the ceaseless quest for advancement? It's not just necessity, it's the unyielding human spirit that refuses to accept no as an answer. Every breakthrough, every leap forward, is a testament to our collective determination to conquer the unknown. Consider the monumental strides in medicine. Diseases that once claimed millions of lives are now preventable or curable. Vaccines, robotics, and genetic engineering have turned science fiction into science fact. These aren't just tools, they're lifelines, extending the boundaries of human life itself. And yet, innovation doesn't stop at survival, it propels us toward thriving. Renewable energy technologies are reshaping our relationship with the planet, offering hope in the face of climate crisis. Artificial intelligence is unlocking solutions to problems we didn't even know we had. The impossible is no longer a fixed point, it's a moving target, constantly redefined by our progress. But let's not forget the human element behind every technological marvel. Behind every invention is a story of perseverance, failure, and triumph. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try, it took thousands of attempts. Each setback was a lesson, each failure a stepping stone toward success. This is the essence of innovation: the courage to fail, the resilience to rise, and the vision to see beyond the horizon. So, as we stand on the brink of tomorrow, what's next? What undiscovered frontiers await us? One thing is certain: innovation and technology will continue to be our guiding light, illuminating the path to the impossible. And in the end, it's not just about conquering limits, it's about transcending them, reshaping the world, and redefining what it means to be human. What separates those who crumble under pressure from those who rise above it? It's not just talent or luck, it's a mindset forged in the fires of relentless determination. The psychology of defying limits is a battleground where doubt and courage collide, where every setback is a stepping stone, and every failure a lesson. This is the realm of the unstoppable, where the impossible becomes a challenge to be embraced, not feared. But how do they do it? What drives them to push beyond the boundaries of what seems humanly achievable? Let's dive into the psyche of those who refuse to accept defeat. The first pillar of this mindset is an unshakable belief in possibility. It's not about blind optimism, it's about seeing obstacles as opportunities, not roadblocks. When faced with a mountain, they don't see an insurmountable peak, they see a path waiting to be climbed. This shift in perspective is everything. It's the difference between giving up and digging in, between accepting limits and smashing through them. But belief alone isn't enough. Determination is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. It's the grit to keep going when every muscle screams to stop, the resolve to stand up after every fall. Think of the marathon runner hitting the wall at mile 20, their body begs them to quit, but their mind pushes them forward. This is where the battle is won, not in the body, but in the mind. And then there's resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger. Failure isn't the end, it's a teacher. Every setback, every mistake, every moment of doubt is a chance to grow. Those who conquer the impossible don't fear failure, they expect it, learn from it, and use it to fuel their next attempt. This cyclical process of falling and rising is what builds unbreakable strength. Finally, there's the power of purpose. Why do they do it? What drives them to endure the pain, the exhaustion, the uncertainty? It's a deeper calling, a mission that transcends personal gain. Whether it's breaking a world record, scaling a peak, or inventing something revolutionary, their purpose is their anchor. It's what keeps them going when the world says it's impossible. So, what does it take to defy limits? It's not just about physical strength or intelligence, it's about the mindset of a warrior. Belief, determination, resilience, and purpose, these are the tools of the unconquerable. And as we explore the stories of those who've pushed beyond the boundaries, one thing becomes clear: the limits we face are often the ones we impose on ourselves. What happens when one person dares to shatter the unthinkable? It's not just a moment, it's a seismic shift that ripples through society, igniting a collective fire in the hearts of millions. Breaking barriers isn't just about personal triumph, it's about rewriting the narrative of what's possible for all of humanity. Every time someone pushes past the edge of what we thought was achievable, they don't just raise the bar, they redefine it entirely. And in doing so, they leave a legacy that inspires generations to dream bigger, reach farther, and dare to question the limits imposed upon them. Think about it. How many lives have been transformed because someone refused to accept impossible as the final answer? The societal impact of these breakthroughs is immeasurable. They become more than stories, they become cultural milestones. These moments of triumph remind us that progress isn't a solitary pursuit, it's a shared journey. When Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile in 1954, he didn't just prove it could be done, he ignited a movement. Within a year, dozens of runners followed suit, proving that once the barrier was broken, it became a challenge rather than a ceiling. That's the power of breaking barriers, it creates a domino effect, inspiring others to believe in their own potential. It's not just about athleticism, science, or technology, it's about the human spirit's relentless drive to evolve. But the impact goes deeper. These moments of triumph become woven into the fabric of our culture, shaping how we see ourselves and our capabilities. They redefine what we believe is possible, not just for individuals but for entire communities. Consider the cultural significance of figures like Katherine Johnson, whose calculations propelled NASA's missions while breaking racial and gender barriers. Her story didn't just inspire aspiring scientists, it reshaped the narrative of who could be a leader in STEM fields. Every barrier broken sends a message: the future is not predetermined, and the status quo is not permanent. And what about the next generation? Children growing up today don't see limits, they see possibilities. They're raised in a world where the impossible has been proven possible time and time again. These breakthroughs become their benchmarks, their inspiration, their fuel. They look at the achievements of those who came before them and think, why not me? That's the true power of breaking barriers. It plants seeds of ambition in young minds, encouraging them to dream without boundaries. It's a cycle of inspiration that perpetuates progress, ensuring that humanity's drive to conquer the impossible never falters. So, when we celebrate these moments, we're not just honoring individual achievement, we're acknowledging their profound impact on the collective human experience. Because every barrier broken is a step toward a brighter, bolder future, one where the impossible is just a challenge waiting to be conquered. What does it take to push humanity's limits? To stare into the face of impossibility and say, we can do this? The answer lies in the story of the Mars rover Perseverance, a triumph of human ingenuity, ambition, and sheer determination. In February 2021, this robotic explorer touched down on the red planet, marking a pivotal moment in space exploration. But this wasn't just a landing, it was a ballet of precision, a symphony of science and engineering, executed millions of miles away from Earth. How did we get here? And what does this audacious feat tell us about our collective drive to conquer the unknown? Perseverance's journey began years before its launch, in the minds of scientists and engineers who dared to dream big. They faced a daunting challenge: create a machine capable of surviving the harsh, unpredictable terrain of Mars, while conducting groundbreaking scientific research. The rover had to navigate autonomously, withstand extreme temperatures, and even collect samples for potential return to Earth. Every component, every line of code, every calculation was a test of human creativity and resilience. But why Mars? Why this relentless pursuit of a barren, distant world? The answer lies in our insatiable curiosity. Mars has long captivated our imagination, a tantalizing possibility of life beyond Earth. Perseverance wasn't just a mission, it was a bold statement that humanity refuses to be confined by the limits of our planet. The rover's landing was a masterclass in precision engineering, a 7-minute descent through the Martian atmosphere, dubbed the 7 Minutes of Terror. Every second counted, every decision irreversible. And when Perseverance touched down safely, it wasn't just a victory for NASA,